Hey, surfer boy, stay out of there.
Oh, what is it this time?
That's the wardrobe tent. You've got no business to be going in there.
Looked like I wasn't going to get to play dress-up. Mr. Hawks doesn't like that cave. He says it isn't cinematic enough.
Well, that's just too tough. The camera's bogged down in the sand. If he wants the shot done today, it'll have to be that cave.
There's a pretty good cave over on the other side of the bay.
The one up in that finger of rock? We'd need a stuntman.
You got a stuntman.
We ain't got no stuntman. Bird injured his back doing that dumb wall jump.
The truck carrying the camera had sunk into the wet sand. That camera wasn't going anywhere. It was a portable movie camera. Flash?
Yep.
We can't film at the Needle Rock because the camera's bogged down, right?
You got it, champ.
So why can't we use the portable camera instead?
You know, that's a pretty smart idea.
I've been talking to the cameraman. He's got a portable camera.
So?
So you can use the cave in that rock pillar at the end of the beach. That's a dramatic cave if ever I saw one.
We ain't got a stabilized harness for it. The camera'll wobble.
Did D.W. Griffiths have a stabilized harness when he made Birth of a Nation?
You're right, damn it. Hitchcock, Wells, none of them needed one. For crying out loud, Sam Raimi stabilized his camera on a plank. Props, get me a plank. We're gonna wing it. Hot dog. We're gonna do a cinema verite pirate movie. George, get to wardrobe. We're gonna make you a star.
On my way. Ready when you are, Mr. Hawks. It was the stone which Ketch had captured from the Spanish. The Eagle Stone.
I returned to Quaramonte and found that Georges had left a message with Conchita. He'd already left for the Indian village, so I hurried to catch up with him. When I arrived, I found a scene of desolation. These sunglasses are Georges. Georges, where are you? Titipoco, I'm almost glad to see you. You little asshole, what happened here? Are you responsible for this? And where's Georges? Have you seen him? He was pointing to the remains of a burned-out hut. One thing I was sure of, those underpants weren't George's. Maybe George can make use of these. That barrel would have looked great on my patio, filled with shrubs. There was nothing in the barrel. It was a small drinking vessel made from some kind of gourd. That cup was no use to me. It had a hole in it. It was Titipoco. I still hadn't forgiven him for knocking me out with his poisoned dart. These are George's shades, right? Has he been here?
Jaws!
Where is he now? What's that? It looks like the stone we bought from Paris, but it's different. Yes, it has a carving of an eagle. That clinches it. George must have found this stone in the Caribbean and managed to hide the stone when the village was attacked by Karzak's men. I hope to God that George was all right. Where's George? George has been here, right? He was pointing to the smoldering remains of a hut. It was a very hot and blackened stone. It was too hot to pick up. The water could have cooled the stone if I could figure out a way of getting it into the barrel. I just didn't have the strength to tip that barrel. Hey, Shorty, make yourself useful and help me with this barrel. Thanks. It was the coyote stone, the original stone that I found in Paris. I had the coyote and jaguar stones. Titipoco had the eagle, according to the shaman. That's all we needed to deal with Tezcatlipoca. Pity he hadn't any ideas for dealing with Karzak. What is it? Where are you pointing? The ground was covered with ashes. Ashes! The thought that they might be human chilled me to the bone. It was a smashed lantern, probably the cause of this destruction. I didn't need the lantern since it was still daylight. Besides, it was broken. Titipoco was pointing to a path which led out of the village. How did you hook up with a maniac like Karzak in the first place?
Karzak? Whoop whoop loco!
Yes, he scares me too. Would you like some chocolate, Titipoco? It's good vintage. You're smarter than you look. The scaffold gantry went all the way up the pyramid. It was a simple wooden platform lift, used for shifting equipment, I presumed. The engine looked like it was supposed to power the lift. It was an old electricity generator. It was a small, screw-fit cylindrical housing. It looked like a fuel line. It looked like Karzak was using Quaramontean troops and local Indians as his guards. No way did I want to get into conversation with that pack of vermin.
Hey, señorita!
Too late. I had been seen. Bonjour, Capitaine.
Only Sergeant, pretty one. What are you doing here?
Snuggles said I could come here with him.
Snuggles?
Oh, I mean the General. We're, friends. May I go up the pyramid?
We have strict instructions not to let anybody pass.
Oh, but I've told you who I am. Surely nobody would mind.
Well,
Oh, please, I'd be ever so grateful.
I tell you what. I'll ask Pablo if it's okay for you to go up.
If Pablo saw me, I'd be dead. No, it's not worth the bother. I'm not really that interested in their stupid pyramid anyway.
Well, okay. It's men's work up there anyway.
I'll just run along and play around here, okay?
Okay, you do that.
The steps were guarded by a bunch of Karzak's thugs. Those jackals weren't going to let me past. There was an unlit torch by the base of the steps. I could think of no reason why I would want to pull a heavy torch from the ground.